My beloved child, open your heart and quiet your soul, for there are sacred things drawing near, not through thunder or dazzling lights, not through grand signs that the eyes of the world seek, but through gentle waves of my presence. The angels I send do not appear as in paintings or childhood dreams. They do not come through wide-open doors or descend from blazing heavens, but they arrive silently, tenderly, with such delicacy that only those who still their hearts, open their minds, and soften themselves in faith can recognize them. They may appear through a stranger's smile when you feel unseen, hidden in the message of an old hymn you stumble upon, or in a dream that leaves you feeling unburdened upon waking. These are my messengers, not according to the form you expected, but always aligned with my timing and divine purpose. My dear one, I know you have prayed many times asking for a sign, for a confirmation that I am still here, that heaven is still listening. And I say to you today, believe that not only do I hear, but I am responding. Yet my answers do not always come in audible words. Sometimes they come through profound silence that draws you deeper into faith. Sometimes through a subtle shift in the atmosphere around you, a gentle sense only a discerning soul can perceive. I am teaching you another language, a language not spoken by the mouth, but by the heart, not heard by the ear, but felt through the inner stirring of the Holy Spirit. It is the sacred language you learn only through surrender, through stillness, and through genuine love for me. Do not let the noise of your mind or the weight of daily concerns dull the sensitivity I long to give you. For when you learn to listen heaven's way, you will never again feel alone. Every step, every choice, every seemingly insignificant moment will become a divine encounter. I am calling you to step out of the old rhythm, to release the expectation that everything must be clear and easy to understand. Faith does not always come with explanation. You do not need to see angels with your eyes to believe they are working. You do not need to hear with your ears to know a whisper is being sent. See with spiritual eyes, sense with a surrendered heart, and you will perceive what others miss. I want you to become one who discerns the signals of heaven, even if it's just a passing breeze, a sudden word of advice, or a peaceful silence in the middle of a storm. Everything I send has a reason. The angels I dispatch are never late, and none of them come by accident. They are the hands that hold you when you're about to let go, the song that lifts you when words fail you, the brightness in a familiar face that reflects my love to you. So, my child, do not wait for the extraordinary by human standards. Wait with an open posture and a tender heart. Let your being soak in the divine life from me, so that the smallest things become proof of a great work happening behind the unseen veil. When you walk in the light I shine before you, you will not need to chase miracles. Your very life will become a miracle, and your spiritual sensitivity will guide others closer to me. The angels I send will not only assist you, but they will lift you up so that you yourself may become a help to others. For every time you respond to heaven's prompting with obedience, you contribute to a greater story, the story of redemption, restoration, and eternal hope that I am unfolding upon the earth. Believe, my child, that even though I work in silence, I am never absent. Though the angels do not appear as you imagine, they are always near. Though my voice does not thunder in the stillness, I am calling you. And if you learn the art of soul listening, you will not only recognize my angels, but become their companion, bringing light into the dark places, carrying hope to wandering souls. This is the high honor I entrust to you, not only to be one served by angels, but to be sent as a messenger of my love. Therefore be ready, my beloved. Your heart is the antenna that receives the signal of heaven. Your spirit is the doorway for sacred messages. And if you dare to believe, dare to open, dare to walk, then every day will become a wondrous journey where heaven and earth meet, and you and I will never be apart. My precious one, there are moments that seem ordinary but are in truth divine signs I quietly send your way. When in the middle of life's rush you suddenly recall a scripture that once pierced your heart, or a worship melody stirs again in your soul like a soft wind brushing across your dry spirit, it is not by chance. When you feel a silent yet strong urge to pray, even without knowing why, that is the moment your soul is ringing in harmony with signals from heaven. These moments are not coincidences, but confirmations that my angels are surrounding the space you inhabit with sacred energy, a presence invisible to the natural eye yet strong enough to awaken your spirit and reignite what has lain dormant in your depths. These angels are not merely symbols of protection, but also messengers, guides, and gentle reminders that you are never alone. Perhaps the message they carry startles you at first or leaves you puzzled, but I want you to know not everything of my kingdom is meant to be understood by human logic. Let your heart remain sensitive. Let your spirit remain open. Let your days be led not only by sight but by faith. For in every whisper, every stirring, every holy pause I am speaking, I am near, and I am moving. My beloved child, do not fear the confusion or the sense of vagueness, for even in such ambiguity, I am planting the seeds from which great faith can grow. Let your heart remain tender. Let your soul open wide like soil, ready to receive the heavenly seed, because only in that softness will you be able to hear my whisper, to perceive the gentle waves I send through my invisible messengers. You do not need to understand everything all at once. Trust that understanding will come at the appointed time I have set for. My ways are always higher than human ways, and my plans are always full of grace far beyond the framework of finite minds. Sometimes it is precisely in not understanding that you will enter deeper obedience, for that is the moment when you no longer cling to your own intellect, but instead place your trust in me fully. I do not ask perfection of you, only a heart that is willing. The angels I send are not here to test you, but to remind you of my presence, the source of life, the light, the one who loves you silently with every breath you take. When a familiar song rises unexpectedly in your mind or an image stirs a memory of my word, know that heaven is touching earth in your private life. I do not need elaborate rituals to reach you. I only need a heart that trembles at what is good and a soul that does not shut itself off from what it cannot explain. Be faithful with those little things, a whispered prayer in the night, a quiet act of love. No one sees a tear that falls, simply because you sense my gentle nearness you cannot name. All of it is proof that I am very near. I know there are moments when you doubt your own perception, wondering if it is just your imagination. But I affirm this to you, there is no stirring that comes from love, from worship, or from compassion that does not bear my fingerprint. Learn to distinguish that gentle voice among the noise, and you will see I am guiding you each day, in each step, in each thought, in every beat of your heart. Do not close your heart just because you cannot explain everything. For in the simplicity of faith I do wondrous things. In your weakness I reveal my power. In your lack of understanding I grant wisdom. And in those fragile signs, a verse, a melody, a silent pull, there is an entire divine realm speaking to you. So my beloved, do not overlook what seems small. They are my messages, light along your path, the pulse of heaven beating on earth. And when you open your heart to receive them, you are stepping into deeper communion with me, the one who loves you, watches over you, and continually calls you closer to my endless love. My dear child, prepare your heart like one who tends a lamp in the night, always burning, always ready, always full of hope. For the sacred moment I have long promised is drawing near, and nothing in all the earth can stop the time I have appointed for you. This is no coincidence. This is not a fleeting emotion. This is an encounter written in my heart before the foundations of the world, a sacred appointment between father and child, hidden through seasons, nurtured through trials, and now arriving to touch your soul like fresh water in a barren wilderness. I know you have spent long days asking, do you see me? Will you come? Are you really at work? And today I declare to you, not only do I see, not only do I hear, but I am stepping into your life in ways powerful yet gentle, simple yet transformative. I am not bound by human logic or earthly time. I am the one who is above all, the creator of the skies, the painter of stars, the caller of light out of darkness, and it is I who now reaches for your heart. So do not let yourself be tempted by doubt. Do not let the tiny voice of fear overshadow my loving voice. Doubt always arrives like smoke, vague, cold, and creeping into places still dim in your mind. But know this, a single spark of hope from me will dispel the darkness of doubt. A single yes from your heart will move all of heaven. Open your heart, my child. Open it not because you understand, but because you trust. For faith is not believing after seeing, but walking forward before anything is clear. And that is what I am doing in your life, bringing you to a place where you must rely on me completely, not by force, but by a love greater than all your worries. This moment is not by chance. It is a divine appointment. I ordained it before you ever uttered your first prayer. I have prepared every detail, not just in your outward circumstances, but in the deep interior of your being, so that you may receive what I am about to reveal. Do not think you are not ready. I did not choose you because you were perfect. I chose you because I love you, and that love will make you ready. Let your expectation not be for an external miracle, but for an inner transformation, where your faith is strengthened, your courage is fortified, and your awareness of my presence becomes so rooted that nothing can shake it again. This encounter is not just a fleeting experience. It is a milestone on your journey of faith. It is a reminder that I am not just a distant God in the heavens, but the one walking with you, knocking on the door of your heart each day, waiting for you to open, so I may come in and renew all things. I do not come to overwhelm you, but to show you that I am real, I am near, and I am moving. Sometimes, my presence will come like a gentle breeze, like a strange peace that fills your soul without reason. Sometimes it will come as quiet certainty, without evidence, without signs, but enough to let you know I am here. My child, do not fear the simplicity of this moment. Do not underestimate the weight of what seems like ordinary minutes, for it is in the stillness that I will whisper. It is in the waiting that I will come. It is in the quiet obedience that I will move. Let yourself become a place I may rest, not because you have achieved something great, but because you dared to open your heart. When you welcome my presence as a gift, that gift will bear fruit not only in your own soul, but spreading to those around you. Your faith will become a lamp for others. Your courage will become a song of encouragement to the weary. And your solid awareness of me will cause you to stand firm in days when the world trembles. So be ready, not with tension, but with hope. Not by striving to control, but by surrendering. I do not come to add burden, but to lift it from your shoulders. I do not come to test you, but to encourage you. This encounter, whether you feel it through a prayer, a dream, a sacred moment, will be the proof that I am with you now and forever. And if you believe that if you hold your heart in holy expectation, you will not only see me, you will see yourself healed, restored, and living in the fullness of eternal love that I have set apart for you. My beloved child, when the first light of day gently touches the earth, I invite you to step into this moment not as a routine, but as a holy ritual, a sacred meeting between father and child. Step into the new day not in a rush, not with a heart full of worry or chaos, but with reverence, with silent yet profound worship. Because every moment you live, if offered in faith and love, can become an altar. Every word you speak, every act you perform, every breath you take can become a song of praise. If you begin with this awareness, today is the day I have made the place where my presence longs to dwell and the moment where miracles can happen. If you simply open your heart to receive, do not think that I dwell only in grand cathedrals or crowded gatherings. It is in the secret place of your heart, where no one sees, where no one measures, that I am waiting for you. Pause, even if only for a minute. Let your soul shed its unseen burdens and whisper to me. You don't need eloquent words. You don't need to be strong or perfect. Just one honest whisper is enough to shake heaven. You cannot imagine every time you call out, my angels, listen. They, the messengers of light, the servants of my glory, are drawn to the tiny yet faith-filled sound of your voice. When you speak my name, it's not only that I hear, it's that all of heaven moves. Such is the power of a heart fully trusting in me. Your faith is not vague. It is the spark that ignites power. It is the key that opens doors no human strength can move. And wonderfully, I have placed that key within your own heart. Every time you choose to pray, instead of complain, to worship, instead of doubt, to listen quietly, instead of striving to control, that is the moment you invite heavenly power into your life. Great things do not always begin with noise. Often it is a quiet bow in a hidden room, a tear falling unnoticed, a whisper, Father, I need you, that moves everything. I want you to know this. I am not looking for perfection. I am looking for sincerity. And when I see a willing heart in you, I will not only listen, I will act. I will send angels to help, not like fairy tales or legends, but in very real and tangible ways, a peace that cannot be explained, a wisdom right on time, a person arriving just when you least expect, a door opening when all others seemed shut. All these are proof that your prayers do not vanish into the void. Instead, they are lifted by angels placed on the eternal altar and heard by your Father with all his heart. So, my child, do not enter this day as if it were just another. Enter it with expectation. Live as if something good is about to happen. Work, pray, think, and love as if you are in a holy place. For truly, if you know how to open your heart, everywhere you step can become a place of my presence. Every moment you live in union with me is a miracle. And every time you choose to believe, to love, to worship, you are lighting the world around you with heaven's glow. My angels await to move. They are not driven by force, but by faith. And that faith hidden in your quiet prayer will release my power not only in you, but through you to those you touch today. Begin this new day like a sacred song. Let your heart be a living temple. And believe this: I am listening. I am waiting. I am ready to act. Not because you are good enough, but because I love you so deeply. I cannot stay silent when you call out to me in trust. You are my beloved. And today, if you dare to believe, dare to pray, dare to live as one who is chosen, then all of heaven will respond. My beloved child, know that today is not just another day. Today is the day when heaven and earth pause to witness a moment etched into eternity, a divine line drawn between the past that tried to hold you back and the future I have prepared since the beginning of creation. This is not a random morning, nor is it a nameless hour slipping through the flow of time. This is the day when the heavens tremble, because my presence is being made manifest in your life. This is the day you are called to step out of all invisible chains, unhealed wounds, imposed limitations, and the whispers of doubt that once kept you from dreaming bigger. All of that is now divided by a sacred line, one I, myself, have drawn, so that you are no longer defined by what has been, but by what I declare you are becoming. My beloved child, you may not see it with your physical eyes, but listen with your heart and perceive with your spirit, for my angels are here standing around you as faithful witnesses to this sacred moment. They have not come to display power or splendor, but to fulfill a decree from the throne of glory, carrying a command I have inscribed upon the palm of my hand, each word written specifically for your life. They arrive not only as servants, but as companions on this new journey you are about to enter. When you sense a warm presence that words cannot explain, when your skin tingles, not from the cold, but from the sacred, when tears fall, not from sorrow, but from a depth touched beyond reason, this is when heaven draws near, and my angels are executing the holy assignment over your life. Do not dismiss that feeling, my child. Do not brush it aside as something fleeting. Hold on to it as one who receives a precious gem handed down by an unseen but mighty hand. Etch it into your heart not merely as a memory, but as the seal of my faithfulness to you. When you experience heaven's touch, it is not only a gift to you, but a living testimony you are meant to carry, not as one who heard a tale, but as one who lived it, saw it, felt it, and was transformed by it. The presence of angels is not to satisfy curiosity, but to affirm that I am the faithful God who never abandons those who trust in my name. And there will come a moment when you meet someone walking through the same shadows you once traversed. You will see in their eyes the emptiness you once bore, hear in their words the confusion you once voiced. In that moment, speak of what you have witnessed today. Tell them that there was a day when the Father drew a line between who you were and who you were always meant to be. Tell them that angels are indeed real, and they bring something undeniable, a strength, a comfort, a new faith from a source unshakable. And when you share, you will not merely be a storyteller, but a door opener for others to step into divine intervention just as you did. My beloved, this encounter is not an ending, but a beginning. It is a reminder that I was never far from you, that even when you thought you were abandoned, I had already dispatched my angels to guard you. It is proof that every promise I have spoken shall not return void. I am moving not only in the great things you can see, but in the silent stirrings of your soul. And as you step forward in that trust, declaring in your heart, today is the day my Father chooses to make a way, you will enter into a new reality where grace becomes tangible, and power is not just theory, but the heartbeat of everyday life. So my child, live with gratitude and expectation. Walk as one who knows they are chosen, seen, and led by the hand through the old season into the promised land, not by your strength, but by the mercy of the one who has placed heaven's seal upon your life. And whenever you look back on this day, remember that you were not called merely to survive, but to live in the flow of supernatural purpose, where angels are not just symbols but companions, where I am not distant but your Father walking beside your every step. This is the day the line has been drawn. This is the day destiny is declared. And you, yes, you are the one chosen to bear that testimony to a world that longs to hear of a God who still moves, still loves, and still writes wondrous stories through those who put their trust in Him. My beloved child, I want you to understand that the bond between me and you is not reserved for moments of storm, nor awakened only by tears and desperate cries. My love for you exists not only in the shadows of sorrow, but in the brilliant light of joy, in the resounding laughter of triumph, and even in the quiet of seemingly uneventful days. I am not a temporary refuge, but a faithful companion through every season of your life. I do not wait merely for your weariness, but long to share in every heartbeat, every moment, whether great or small, turbulent or calm. Invite me into your joy and abundance, not only because I am the source of all blessing, but because I want you to recognize that truth and lift up thanksgiving in every breath. I have watched you from your first steps, not merely as a creator observing His masterpiece, but as a tender Father who never ceases to love and guide. I breathed into you a sacred purpose, a unique calling that no one else can fulfill but you. You may not yet see the full picture, and you may still be finding your way along life's winding path, but I want you to know your life is not an accident. Every experience you've had, every gift I've placed in you, and even the challenges you now face are part of the good plan I've written for you in love and wisdom. Do not doubt your worth, and do not let others' words or temporary failures erase the sacred truth you were created in love to love and to live a life of deep meaning far beyond what the world can define. Do you not see that every time you feel a stirring to do good, to help someone, to pause and pray, to turn away from what is wrong, it is my reminder of your purpose, and you are not walking this path alone. My angels, those quiet yet powerful servants, are always near you, not to make everything easy in the world's eyes, but to ensure you do not stray from the road I have ordained. When you sense a strange peace in adversity, or when an idea suddenly appears as an answer to a silent question in your heart, that is when my angel is whispering beside you. They come not only to comfort, but to remind you that you are not alone, that you are on the right path, and that you hold an irreplaceable role in the greater tapestry I am weaving. And there will be times when those angels come not just to lift you, but to correct you, not to harm, but to keep you from slipping away from the sacred purpose you were invited into. My correction never comes to condemn, but with mercy, desiring to bring you back to my heart. You need not fear realizing you've gone off course, for I do not stand waiting to punish, but with open arms to receive, restore, and guide you back into light. The reminders from angels may sometimes stir deep reflection, but if your heart is open, they will become a compass through the desert of life, leading you past traps, doubts, and the insecurity the enemy tries to sow. So, my beloved, come to me not only when you need answers, but when you simply want to share your joy. Speak to me not only when you are breaking, but when you are radiant. For I do not only want to wipe away your tears, but to behold your smile in the light I have given. Let me into the ordinary stillness, the uneventful afternoons, the peaceful mornings, for it is in those seemingly quiet moments that I may reveal my deepest love. I never cease to long for closeness with you. Never stop hoping you'll realize nothing is too small for me to care about, and nothing too simple for me to inhabit. You don't need to run to me out of duty. Come because you know I always listen. Come because you believe my love never changes. Come to be reminded that you are not a lost object in life's current, but a precious child of the one who placed a piece of heaven inside your heart. And when you live in that awareness, when you walk each day connected to me, when you recognize the angels surrounding you and allow your heart to be shaped in love, then you are not just existing, you are living the purpose I designed to be. Light to be, hope to be the vessel through which my love reaches a world aching for what is true, good, and holy. I love you not only in your need for me, but in every beat of your life. And the most beautiful truth is this: I love you not just as you are, but as who you will become in the fullness of the noble purpose I etched into your destiny before the foundations of the world were laid. My beloved child, if you would truly pause, not with hurried eyes, but with the gaze of an awakened soul, you would see that my love has never left you, never faded, never been absent. You do not need to search far to find me, for in the most ordinary moments of life, I am whispering, I am here. The breath in your chest, the steady rhythm of your heart, though they may seem like givens, they are in truth daily miracles granted from the depths of my unceasing love. The gentle light of morning, the cool breeze brushing past you in your reflection, or the sincere look of a friend, when you need comfort, all are fragments of the divine that I have carefully placed to remind you of my tender presence surrounding your life. My child, in the busyness and burdens of life, it is easy to forget that I am not only present in your pain, but in every beat of your existence, even when you are unaware of it. You may have grown used to what seems random, but today I urge you see everything with eyes of gratitude and spiritual awareness. What looks like coincidence, a timely conversation, a simple word of encouragement, or even the quiet in an empty room, may in fact be my presence beside you. I do not need to make a spectacle to prove my love. My true love is not loud but constant and steadfast, like the ground beneath your feet, not flamboyant but always holding you firm. And now, as my angels move around you silently, doing the work they've been sent to accomplish from heaven, I want you to elevate your awareness, not to see with fleshly eyes, but to perceive with your spirit. You may not hear their voices, may not see wings soaring past, but your soul will know something greater surrounds you, not to frighten you, but to reassure you that you are never walking alone. These angels have come not only to guard you, but to make clear the signs of my love, to help you see that true peace does not come from having everything perfect, but from knowing I am with you no matter the circumstance. Do not call it coincidence when you receive the exact encouragement you needed, a forgiveness you dared not hope for, or a door unexpectedly opening in the midst of despair. Do not belittle the small things, for it is in their simplicity that I reveal myself. Every time you see light break through clouds, every time peace softens your anger, or when you sit beside someone and feel deeply understood without many words, that is not happenstance. That is revelation. That is the expression of my love for you, spoken in the language your heart understands beyond logic. Walk today with eyes opened by faith and a heart awakened by worship. Let your soul be grateful not only for the grand things, but for the countless quiet provisions I bestow. When you sip cool water on a hot day, when you hear birdsong amid city noise, when your heart stirs at the words of a sacred hymn, remember that I am saying I am here. I see you. I love you. My beloved, do not wait for a dramatic miracle to begin believing. Let every moment of your life become a miracle by choosing to see it through the lens of faith and gratitude. My angels surround you not only to protect, but to remind you that you are precious, chosen, and part of a story far greater than what your eyes can behold. And in that story, every detail has purpose, every step is tended from heaven, and every day you live is a new page written with unshakable love. So live today with the posture of one who knows they are loved, kept, and covered by unfailing goodness. When you do, not only will your heart find peace, but you will carry that peace into the world as a light, as a living testimony of my love. And when someone asks how you remain so steady, gentle, and full of hope, smile and say, because my Father is very near, and I've learned how to see him in all things, at all times, in every breath of my life. My beloved child, listen deeply within your spirit, for I am quietly, yet surely, leading you into a new season of your life. This season is unlike anything you have known. It is not measured by calendars, climates, or external milestones, but is a spiritual season divinely appointed by me for your soul. I do not arrive with haste, nor do I compel, but when your heart opens, you will realize a new door has been gently opened, sacred, holy, and carrying a tender invitation from my heart. This is not merely a time of changing circumstances. It is a season of transformation from within, a season to grow, to listen, to learn how to walk closer with me, not only through words, but through every decision, every heartbeat, every breath you take. Each of you is loved by me in a unique way. Therefore, the new season I am leading you into also carries its own unique color and tone. For some of you, this is a time when I'm calling you to walk by faith, not a vague, shallow faith, but a courageous and strong faith enough to lead you away from the safe shore and into the promised land within your spirit. You will feel it as a gentle but profound stirring, a dream you thought had fallen asleep, a goal that once seemed too big suddenly awakening within you. Do not fear if you don't have all the answers. Do not wait for everything to be perfect before you begin. I am not asking you to be strong from the start. I only ask that you take a step of courage, the rest I will guide. For others, this is a time of healing. A season when I will gently enter the dark corners of your heart, places where old wounds still bleed even though you've learned to live with them. I see the pain you hide behind your smile. I know the loss no one touches. I understand the memories that make you weep in silence when the night falls. You don't have to hold them alone anymore. Place them in my hands, each crack, each burden, each fear. In this season, I will not only wipe your tears but restore you from the depths of your soul. Healing doesn't come in a single day, but you will feel each layer of sorrow peeled away, each barren place refreshed, until your heart begins to feel again, not because you've grown stronger, but because you've allowed me to heal in the right places. And for others, this season is not about movement or healing, but rest. I know you've grown used to doing, to striving, to constantly pushing forward. But there are times when rest is the most courageous act of faith. In stillness, you will discover that your identity is not defined by your work, but by my love for you. I want you to learn how to sit with me, not to achieve anything, but simply to be present, to be still, and to know that I am God. It is in this rest that you will regain clarity, find peace, and rediscover your truest self, the one I created unshaped by pressure or expectation. No matter which season you are in, walking in faith, healing from wounds, or resting in my arms, remember this: I am with you. No season is meaningless. No stage is out of place. Every moment in your life, whether filled with fire or stillness, lies within my hands, and I am using all of it to shape you toward fullness. Each season holds its purpose. Each season is a step in your spiritual maturity, and I am the one who uses both joy and sorrow to refine you into my likeness. So, my beloved, do not compare your season with another's brasi. Do not rush to escape the phase you're in, for what you despise may be the very place where I am planting my greatest seeds. Believe this: if you cling to me, if you allow your heart to remain tender, you will not only endure, you will bear fruit. You may not see results immediately, but every step of obedience, every silent prayer, every time you choose faith over fear, it is all being recorded in heaven. Nothing is wasted when you live in my will. Nothing is in vain when you let me lead. You are not merely passing through a season. You are being transformed by the very one who ordained this season for you. Keep walking with hope. Embrace this new season as a gift, and believe that through all things I am still your loving Father, still whispering to your soul, you are not alone. I am working. And this season, no matter what it looks like, is the season where you will know me more deeply than ever before. My beloved child, there is a truth waiting for you to receive, not as common knowledge, but as a sacred seed that will take root deeply in your heart, if you let it grow. It is the truth of your identity. In me you are loved, chosen, kept, and purposed. Not because you are good enough, strong enough, or worthy enough, but because my love is unconditional, and my choosing is always grounded in grace. When you let this truth sink into your soul, not just as an idea, but as a living faith, you will no longer be shaken by circumstances. You will not be swayed between fear and hope, doubt and trust. For once your heart is anchored in the truth I speak, the storms of this life will only be noise on the surface, powerless to shake your soul. And then, if you truly listen, you will sense something begin to stir within. Not loud, not dramatic, but strong enough to keep you from living the same way. It is my spirit gently touching your spirit like the morning breeze, awakening what once lay dormant, stirring potentials you had forgotten or never dared to believe you held. I am awakening you not to become someone else, but to return to who you truly are, the one I formed from the beginning, the one the world cannot define, and no circumstance can distort. My spirit does not come to confuse you, but to awaken you. In the coming days, it won't be that everything outward suddenly shifts, but something far more important will change within your perception. As your awareness is lifted, you will begin to see life through heaven's lens. What once made you afraid will lose its grip. What once tempted you to give up will no longer entice. What once confused you will become clear. I am drawing you into deeper understanding. not so you can gather more information, but so you may live by revelation. That revelation will free you from needing circumstances to feel loved, needing others to validate your worth, or needing every door to open before you believe I am still working. My child, what I am stirring in you is not shallow faith. I am calling you into intimacy where you no longer come to me because of need, but because of desire. Where your prayers are not just requests, but communion. Where you read my word not out of duty, but to find the life of your soul. Where worship is not only because I am worthy, but because your spirit cannot help but respond to my presence. I am calling you out of the shallow waters of emotion and human experience, and into the deep where our connection becomes so real that no situation can break it. You may surprise yourself by newfound strength, by endurance, in things that once crushed you. Not because you've grown stronger in the flesh, but because you've been saturated with my spirit, the one who gives power, not from striving but from surrender. You will find it easier to love, deeper to forgive, steadier to hope, not because you try harder than others, but because you've let my spirit live in you like a fire that does not go out. Do not resist this transformation just because it doesn't look the way you expected. Do not doubt the call just because it comes in a whisper. And do not reject the shift just because you fear leaving your safe place. I know this may feel unfamiliar, for you have not walked in such deep awareness before. But do not worry. I will not lead you where I will not also go with you. This transformation is not a burden, it is a privilege. Not everyone listens, but you have. Not everyone sees, but you've begun to see. And that is the sign that I am beginning something new, not only for you, but through you. For once your soul is renewed, you will become living water for others to drink. Once your eyes are opened, you will become light for the blind. And once you walk deeper with me, you will be the living witness that says, there is a God. He is alive. He is moving. He is loving. And He is transforming every heart willing to open to Him. Step into this new day with gratitude, with alertness, and with a tender heart. Do not hurry. Do not shut down. Do not let the world's noise make you miss my whisper. The transformation has begun. My spirit is at work. And you are the sacred ground I have chosen to plant something new, something eternal. If you just believe, if you just stay in the light, nothing can stop what I have begun in you. For I, your God, am faithful to complete all that I have kindled within your soul, and you will see not just change, but true life rising day by day from the depths of your being. My beloved child, amid all the noise of the world, amid the silent doubts you barely dare to speak aloud, I am inviting you to pause, to listen, to receive a sacred truth. I am whispering into your spirit, a truth that needs no thunder or lightning to prove itself, but is deep enough to reach the innermost place of your heart, the place where it's just you and me. It is this: I am with you, I am for you. And everything that is happening, whether you understand it yet or not, is being wondrously turned by me for the good of your soul. Not a single step you take is wasted if you walk with me. Not one tear is shed that I do not keep. Not one prayer, even a silent sigh, that I do not hear. You are loved, not because you are worthy, but because I am love. You are treasured not because of achievement or effort, but because you are a masterpiece in the hands of the Creator. You are protected not because you are strong, but because I hold you in the palm of my hand, where nothing in this world can touch you without passing through my loving permission. Let this truth become the foundation of all your thoughts, feelings, and choices. I know there will be days you feel alone, forgotten in a vast world. But my child, you have never walked a single moment by yourself. The host of angels I've assigned to you, though unseen, stand firm around you like walls of holy fire. They do not merely watch, they act on my command to guard you, to lift you, to remind you that you are protected by unshakable power. Each time you whisper my name, those angels move. Each time you choose faith over fear, heaven responds. Do not underestimate that presence just because it's quiet. You don't need to see wings or hear trumpets to know you are surrounded. Let your spirit be open to perceive the silent but mighty signs: peace that makes no sense during the storm, a scripture rising in your heart unexpectedly, a person showing up at the perfect moment. All are messages, marks of my love that I continually send your way. And through this journey, as you keep walking with me through valleys or mountaintops, through laughter or tears, I will unfold more of this mystery to you. Not all at once, but layer by layer, depth by depth, dimensions only persistent love can reveal. Know that faith is not about knowing everything, it's about trusting enough to keep going. And if you endure, if you keep holding my hand, even when the night hasn't lifted, you will see the light is not only around you, it is rising from within you, where my secret has taken root. Hold on to that as one holds a flame in winter. Let it warm you when your heart is weary, light your path when you're confused, and guide you when you don't know which way to go. This secret that you are loved, that you are not alone, that my power is ever present is not something to hear and forget. It is a foundation, a refuge, a new breath for your life. Whenever you feel like giving up, remember you were created with purpose. Whenever you feel small, remember I, the one who holds the universe, call you by name each day. Whenever you are unsure of who you are, remember in me, you are chosen, meaningful, born to live a life connected with heaven. My child, do not live as one without refuge. I am not a distant idea, I am a present Father here, loving you, leading you one step at a time. I do not come to overwhelm you, but to ground you. Not to make you fear, but to help you trust. Not just to speak promises, but to fulfill them in holy, loving ways. Let this truth live in you like a sacred covenant. When you live from this foundation, you will not be shaken by circumstances. When you build your life upon this truth, you will find peace even when the world trembles. When you trust fully in my love and protection, you will walk as one who is sent not merely to survive, but to shine. I love you not in the distant future, but right now. Not when you become perfect, but even now as you're still learning to trust. And I will continue to love, to act, to reveal myself as long as your heart remains open, as long as you keep walking, as long as you choose to treasure this secret as the most precious thing in your life. Because to me you have never been ordinary. You are my child forever, holy, and nothing can ever change that. My beloved child, never believe that your presence in this world is accidental or meaningless. Before you cried your first cry, before a single day of your life unfolded, I already knew you, I saw you, I loved you, and I wrote every line of your life story with my own hand. Not with ink, but with love. Not with haste, but with care, in every detail. I did not create you to fill a gap. I created you because there was a place in my heart reserved only for you, one that no one else could ever take. I know the world speaks many things to you. That you're not good enough. That you're not lovable. That you must strive harder to be accepted, to be seen, to be called worthy. But listen to me, and let my voice rise above every other. You have been chosen, called, loved, and set apart for a divine purpose. In my eyes, you are more than enough, not because of what you've done, but because of who you are, in my love. I did not shape you to resemble anyone else, and that was no accident. It was intentional. I placed within you unique gifts, not for you to simply admire, but to use. Talents, sensitivities, courage, patience, or faith, though they may seem small in the eyes of others, are powerful tools in my hands when you place them where they belong. Do not underestimate the light within you just because it doesn't shine brightly enough to attract the crowds. That light does not need recognition to be effective. It was kindled by me, and no one and nothing in this world can extinguish what I have set ablaze. Be courageous. I am not saying life will be easy, but I promise you this, you will never face anything alone. Challenges will come sometimes like gentle breezes stirring your soul, sometimes like mighty storms shaking your will. But in all things I remain your steady refuge. Run to me. Don't wait until you're exhausted. Call out to me not with polished words, but even with a sigh, and I will hear you. Every time you wrestle with things unseen, insecurities, weariness, or delayed dreams, I am there. Not as a silent observer, but as a father fighting alongside you. I am the strength within you, the support on days when you feel you cannot take another step. And even when you fall, when you feel lost, when you think you've disappointed me, remember this: I do not turn my face away. I do not withdraw my love. I do not abandon you. On the contrary, I draw closer to embrace you, to heal you, to remind you that nothing can separate you from my love. There will be times when you feel nothing, when my presence seems distant, when my voice feels silent, when no answers appear. Do not let those moments convince you that I am absent. Even in the silence, I am working. Even when you see no way forward, I am making a path. Even when all you have left is a faint breath, I am carrying you in my arms. You were not created merely to exist. You were made to live with meaning, to bring light into darkness, to be a living embodiment of my love in a world aching for healing. Do not lose the purity in your heart. Do not let the world take away the tenderness I gave you. You do not need to become like anyone else. You only need to keep walking with me day by day, step by step, with faith that my plan is still unfolding slowly but surely. And when you look back over your journey, the turns, the tears, the prayers whispered in the night, you will see I never left you. Even when you forgot me, I remembered you. Even when you doubted, I remained faithful. Even when you turned away, I stood there waiting for your return, not with reproach, but with open arms and eyes full of love. So, my dear child, never stop hoping. Don't let anything, not even your own exhaustion, make you forget this truth: you belong to me. And I, the one who began the good work in you, will not abandon it until it is complete. You are my dream made flesh. You are the living evidence of boundless love. And wherever you are on this journey, I still whisper, you do not walk alone. I walk with you. My beloved child, when life feels heavy, when the burdens of your soul press hard against your small shoulders and your steps feel like they cannot carry you any farther, you know that I am near, not far as you fear, not silent as you dread, but whispering amid the noise of life. Come to me. I do not require you to come in perfection or strength. I only ask that you come with a true heart, for I am not first a judge but a healer. I do not look at wounds to scold but to restore. No burden of yours is too great for me, and no wound too deep to be beyond the reach of my love. I am the one who heals broken hearts, not merely patching up but restoring in fullness. I do not layer something new atop the old. I renew from the roots within your spirit, your faith, your very view of yourself. I restore you not just so you can go on surviving, but so you may live boldly, live purposefully, live the life you were created for from the beginning. You are not an afterthought of life, not the result of mistake or chance. You are a masterpiece intended, planned, and anticipated by me. My breath is touching the weary places in your soul. I do not come to demand that you rise by your own strength. I come to breathe new life, to warm every frozen fiber of faith within you. You are not alone. You are not the only one battling what cannot be spoken. I know every unspoken sob, every hidden disappointment beneath your brave facade, every time you pretend to be fine while your heart feels empty. I see it all, and I do not turn away. On the contrary, it is into those very places that I long to enter, to touch, to make new. You are precious to me not because of what you do, but because you are my child. And when you forget that when your heart is fragile and doubtful, I do not change. My love does not fluctuate with your success or failure, is not limited by today's emotions or yesterday's mistakes. So rise, my child. Stand not with isolated willpower, but in confidence rooted in my unwavering love. I do not love you from afar. I walk with you each day, each step, each decision. Every time you feel lost in darkness, remember I am clearing the way ahead. Closed doors do not mean I am silent. Unanswered prayers do not mean I am deaf. Sometimes the waiting is where I am rearranging everything, people, timing, even your own heart, so that all is ready when what I've planned comes to pass. Do not mistake delay for denial. Do not assume silence means abandonment. My child, the delay you face is not random slowness. It is deliberate preparation, so that you may receive greater things I am preparing. I never promised you would never fall, but I did promise that every time you fall, I will reach out and lift you up. I never guaranteed life would be smooth, but I guarantee that no trial will reach you that I will not use to strengthen you, deepen you, and draw you closer to me. Your failures are not proof of weakness, they are fertile soil, where your faith takes deeper root. Your disappointments do not diminish your value. They help you discover where your true worth lies, not in outcomes, but in your connection to me. I am silently guiding you through every season. While you feel everything is at a standstill, I am opening doors in places you never imagined. While you feel lost, I am preparing a path. While you feel weak, I am breathing strength into your soul. Every moment you choose to trust instead of surrendering, I see immense courage in you, not because you are fearless, but because you stood firm despite the fear. And it is that quiet faith that moves me to act. So, my child, keep walking, not quickly, not forcefully, just faithfully. Let my love be your strength. Let my grace be your covering. Let my hope be the flame that keeps you warm through the long nights. Your story is still unfolding, and I, the one who began the good work in you, will not stop until you step into the fullness I have prepared. You do not need to understand everything. You only need to remember one thing: I am here. I will not leave you. And I am preparing you for things more beautiful than you have ever dared to dream. Amen. As a child of God, you are never alone. He is beside you in every moment to remind you to live by faith and trust in His love. Click follow and turn on notifications so you won't miss a single word I speak from the heights of heaven. Amen.